200 years ago, a small fleet of 11 ships brought 1,400 people from England to the new colony of Australia. This, Australia's bicentennial year, saw over 14,000 people from all around the world arrive for the 16th World Jamboree. Like those first settlers, you had nothing more than a plot of land on which to build your city. The city had to be built quickly, for it had to be finished by New Year's Eve. Happy New Year! To Australia's shores we gathered for a jamboree. Across the wide world's mighty oceans, so that we can be. Together, you and me at the jamboree, under an Aussie sky. Bringing the world together, now we start at this great World Jamboree. Hey!
Thank you very much. Excuse me, you need some zinc on your nose, don't you? You're sunburned, I can tell. Hang on a moment, Steve Butler is here. Hang on there. Come on, you need some zinc. You do, yes you do. Come on, stay there. Right, well done.
For many, the change from the Northern Hemisphere's winter to Australia's hot summer was something that required the services of the Sunburn Patrol. Others, of course, either just soaked it up or made the most of it. But the Jamboree site was not a holiday resort. If you wanted to earn your Jamboree award, there was a challenge ahead.
To supply the energy for activities like Challenge Valley, there needed to be a constant supply of food. Thousands of dozens of eggs, whole lakes of milk, tons of bread and meat, and continuous shopping excursions by hungry troops.
Great.
There is no point in overseas scouts coming all the way to Australia without seeing things Australian.
They generally just sit there and enjoy it. Because now, as I told you, this one's dangerous because...
The Australiana theme was typified by nature awareness that showed visiting scouts Australia in the wild. Australiana was one thing, but there were 98 countries represented at the Jamboree, and we were reminded of that at 8 a.m. every morning. While the flags on the poles represented the countries present, it was the way in which the individual nations mixed that made for a memorable Jamboree. Memorable for both its friendship and its physical activities, all of which were important if you wanted to get your Jamboree award.
Lean back. Lean back. Keep your feet steady. Bend your knees just a fraction. That's it. That's good. Okay, now start to walk down. Right, keep your feet apart. Keep your feet apart. Try this hand loose. Yeah. Stop this hand.
watakuwa tu chungu pia na. Na unakuwa rouge. Okay.
The view beneath the Jamboree site is one thing, but it is from the air that we start to see the way in which the camp city is laid out in sub-camps, all with their names taken from Australian wildlife. Wombat, emu, kookaburra, koala, kangaroo, echidna, and platypus. And all these sub-camps require the services of a full marketplace, including souvenirs, and a post office through which to keep the folks at home informed. And whilst some were enjoying the comforts of their camps, others were still battling it out in Challenge Valley.
The shoes?
From Tarzan to Technocrat, the activity options kept coming, and they came as varied as you could imagine, from high-tech to low-tech. Every city needs its nightlife, and for the Jamboree City, it was the spectacular gang show. 2 hours of comedy, song and dance performed in the main arena. other nights, the main arena hosted orchestral pops and a rock concert. While most people were being entertained, others weren't as lucky. For there were some who had to plan and write the next morning's newspaper. And it had to be published in both English and French.
Sorry, Jean-Pierre, but I do have a picture of the cub from Zaire.
But regardless of the language, while some read the results, others still had to work.
I know it doesn't. Slip with the razor up the eyebrow.
With 98 countries represented, there was the constant opportunity for nations to do something special. For the Canadians, who hosted the 15th World Jamboree, it was the presentation of a ceremonial totem pole to be a permanent display at the cataract site, followed by pancakes and maple syrup at their camp.
How are you? The rest of you?
You know, I thought you were running up. Will we pick it up?
There you go.
All troops made a great effort in identifying their homes away from home. This made for easy identification when the 40,000 visitors arrived on the Sunday.
Everything but me.
See you later.
Amongst the visitors was Lord Baden-Powell's daughter, Mrs. Betty Clay. It seemed as though every country had its own idea as to what a tent should look like.
Any of you like to stop that one or that one? That's South Australia and that's Northern Territory.
The theme of bringing the world together was most simply summed up by the constant swapping of badges, songs and opinions.
Okay. See you guys later.
아니, 있어봐도.
Luckily, opinion regarding the direction of magnetic north did not vary, and reports have it that as many scouts finished the course as started.
Legs up. Yep. Swing.
But possibly not everyone finished Challenge Valley.
The man there.
Without Mum to do the cleaning, it was up to us all to get the last of Challenge Valley out of our clothes.
And I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. There's a woman on the outside looking inside. Does she see me? She does not. She's straightening her stockings. Her hair is starting wet.
But the Jamboree did have its lighter moments. And of course, some of those lighter moments were spent keeping in touch back home. Radio Jamboree kept us entertained and informed in both French
Je suis Patrick encore une fois à la station 2SJAM 1539, la station Jamboree.
and English.
It's 9:49 here on Stereo 107 JAM, and like I was saying, first 10 people up to the mark.
Others created their own music. activities varied from set sports like archery to special days put on by visiting scouts such as Canada.
Welcome to Canada.
Got one.
Good. Did you get a flag? Thank you. Have a flag.
Wherever you looked, there was international colour and flavour, bringing the world even closer together. Nowhere possibly was the international flavour more apparent at the Jamboree than in the variety of religious observances.
Faire la paix, nous réconcilier les uns avec les autres, affirmer que nous sommes frères.
You can be very sad, I can be very sad, but that's not the way it should be. You can be very sad, I can be very sad, but that's not the way it should be, because God loves you and I love you, and that's the way it should be. God loves you and I love you, and that's the way it should be.
It was nice to see how beliefs were shared without walls, without formal churches, under Australian skies. In fact, both religion and culture were shared and enjoyed by all. forget the Big Bike Bungle. Yet one more step towards your Jamboree award. And didn't the world's largest island continent supply the perfect day and the perfect beach for the Surf Carnival? Possibly your first sight of real bronzed Aussies.
We walk down here, it's not very far, and there's another set of water activities here. There's canoeing, there's rafting, and some other stuff. And we water do those if you want? Yeah, oh yeah, that's the whole idea. There's water slides. There are tents set up. Get this, they are set up already. Okay, we're talking easy trails here.
From the beach to the bush.
Hello, I need your card for the check-in. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
It came as a surprise to many to find that even the barren Australian bush offered opportunities to cool off. But fun or hard yakka, it was all part of the adventure trail.
Another victim. Obviously, the Australian sun is different to the Mexican sun. Remember how they treated their hats.
And the food kept coming, either prepared by yourselves or your friends.
Well, I guess we scouters have to put up with this.
The Italians chose to celebrate their special day, providing a variety of traditional Italian foods. Day trips to Sydney proved popular and were packed with variety. Joy flights too were a popular option, organised from the air activity base owned and operated by Scouts.
Your seatbelt's done up? Okay.
The other day we had a chap come up to us from America and asked us if he might be able to build a bridge from America to Australian camp. We thought, why not go, let's go all our way and build it from Brazil all the way over to the UK. We thought that would be a great project, keep the kids off the streets and make them do a little bit of pioneering. And we just kept on building it, and now we've ended up with the longest bridge in the world. And we're quite proud of it.
Easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy.
Who will ever forget the night of Friday the 8th? But despite the severity of the storm, the medics coped, the hospital coped, and first aid was always on hand. The ambulance was there, the fire brigade was there, and it was soon all back to normal. After 9 days of mud, heat and storm, the result was the Jamboree Award, signifying your personal commitment and perseverance, dedication and proficiency. We hope this video has brought back fond memories of the fun we had, the friends we made, the sights we saw, and the effort we all made towards bringing the world together.
La fraternité mondiale du scoutisme marche bien. Pendant les derniers jours passés, nous qui sommes plus de 14 000, nous nous sommes bien amusés et avons appris comment vivre heureux, ensemble, comme des frères et des sœurs scouts.
We hope this video has brought back fond memories of the fun we had, the friends we made, the sights we saw, and the effort we all made towards bringing the world together. La fraternité mondiale du scoutisme marche bien. Pendant les derniers jours passés, nous qui sommes plus de 14 000, nous nous sommes bien amusés et avons appris comment vivre heureux, ensemble, comme des frères et des sœurs scouts.